A 10-minute clean out is gonna make your dryer safer, faster, and more efficient. And I'm even gonna show you the difference in airflow of my dryer before and after this quick cleaning. All right, it looks like we've got it running right now, 26, 27 miles per hour. That's the air flow that I'm able to get out the back. We're gonna see if that improves at all as I do this cleaning. I don't know how dirty it even is. I got this dryer when I moved in here a few months ago. I have no idea when the last time it was cleaned was. So it could be that it doesn't need that much, but it's worth doing at least a basic cleaning probably once a year. So we're just gonna go ahead and do it now, and that'll kind of start my year. I also just did the vent and the duct, which is also something we should be doing about once a year. If you wanna learn how to do that, I did just make a video doing that. It's right here. You can go check that out. But we're gonna go ahead and do it now, and it's gonna start the clock. Okay, for this, we're gonna need a vacuum cleaner. We're gonna do a lot of vacuuming. And then it's helpful to have a crevice tool. Now, the crevice tool that comes on most vacuums, that kind of narrow tool that you get, is usually not long enough and narrow enough to work well with the dryer. So I've got this cool thing. This came in this dryer cleaning kit that's for cleaning both the duct and vent stuff as well as the dryer itself. I've got this cool hose that's skinny and that allows it to fit better down where in the lint trap area and be able to vacuum out a lot better. It also came with a bunch of brushes and things. It's gonna make this job so much easier. I've tried to do this just with a normal vacuum and normal brushes and stuff, and just couldn't get where I needed to get. This is a really simple kit. It comes actually with a ton of stuff you can see here. I laid it all out on the table so you can see it all, and it was really cheap. So I'll link to that in the description of this video so you can go check it out if that's something you want. But this allows me to attach the hose of the vacuum, and it attaches to here, and then I'm gonna have a really nice vacuuming hose that's gonna be able to get down inside the dryer. So step one is we're gonna pull out the lint trap, and we're gonna clean that off. So that's right here on my dryer. It sits here right on the top. There's my lint trap. Mine's already cleaned off because I did a load earlier and I cleaned it off after. You're gonna wanna remove any lint that catches in here after every single load. That's just basic dryer maintenance. It's gonna keep your dryer functioning the way that it should. Then we wanna run it under some water and really clean it off. When we do this big cleaning, we're gonna clean this off really, really well. Notice if water beads on it. If water beads up on it, it could be that you have like fabric softener or something that's kind of built up on it from, it gets on your clothes, obviously, when we wash them, and then here it is in the dryer, and it just kind of builds up. And if that's happening, it's causing more drag. So just use a little bit of dish soap and clean that off, and that's gonna clear that right up. All right, now we wanna vacuum inside this slot here where the lint trap goes. If that's in the bottom, in the front, inside of the dryer door, it'll work exactly the same as what we're gonna do right here. Now I'm just gonna attach this onto my vacuum hose, which is really nice, and lets me get in here way deeper than I could if I didn't have this. You could just attach like a straw or something, tape it onto the end. This works really well. And it's as easy as that. Now, if you have a newer dryer, mine doesn't have this, but if you have a newer dryer that does moisture sensing, there's metal bars for sensing the moisture, and those little bars usually run along the sides of that lint trap housing. If you have those, oftentimes inside the dryer in the front, that's where your lint trap is. If you see those metal bars, just go ahead and wipe those down with a rag the best that you can. Keeping those cleaned off is gonna make it so that your dryer can accurately sense the moisture. If it can't accurately sense the moisture levels, then the dryer's either gonna run a lot longer than it needs to, or it might turn off too early. If you do that quick little clean monthly, it's gonna keep the auto dry working properly and prevent your clothes from over or under drying. Next, we're gonna do a quick wipe down with a damp rag of just the drum and the interior surfaces. And then we're also gonna do the door, the inside of the door. But we're also gonna, while we're here, we're gonna kind of check the seal here, the gasket. We want to just clear off, like I got a little bit of buildup right here. I'm just gonna clean that off. Making sure that seals well is also gonna help the dryer run more efficiently. Okay, next, we're actually gonna go around the back, and I'm gonna open up the panel. This part is optional, but this is gonna allow you to get it cleaner on the inside. Now, again, with a lot of the newer dryers, your access panel is gonna be on the front, and it can be a bit of a pain to get to. Sometimes you kind of have to go up underneath to be able to undo the screws, or there's some clips or things Fortunately for me, I got this old dryer. It's just got these screws on the back. So you'll be able to see at least kind of how this works. Okay, now I'm gonna take this long brush that came with my cleaning kit and I'm just gonna clean out that lint housing. This one goes down basically all the way straight down the back. And so I'm just gonna get that cleaned out as deep as I can. Then I'll run that vacuum down in it one more time and I'll come up from the backside one time and just get that all cleaned out really well. And then we'll put it back together and it'll be ready to go. There are a couple other cool brushes that came in this kit. There are these really skinny ones. It's kind of like, you know, an old toothbrush, only extra skinny, which is really handy, especially like in the new dryers, where I mentioned earlier those moisture sensor bars on the sides. Being able to brush those off really well from up above is going to be really easy with these nice little brushes, and it came with 2 of those. It also came with a grabber tool. This is just a lot like the kind we use to clear out a sink. That you can buy for a few dollars, but it just came in the kit. Thought that was kind of cool. So there's a lot of useful things. I didn't end up needing all of them. I'm gonna go ahead and throw this thing back together. I'm curious to see if we're getting any better airflow than we had before. Again, it didn't seem that dirty to me, but I still got a lot of lint and dust, so we'll see. Maybe it's a little bit better. Well, I have to admit, I'm actually really surprised. I gained a couple of miles per hour of airflow, and I didn't really think this was very dirty. I think the dryer at my old house is dirtier. And this is actually already working more efficiently. So here's a few things you should do to help keep your dryer operating as efficiently as possible in between these annual cleanings. 1, clean off that lint screen after every single load of laundry. It only takes a second and it makes your dryer run way more efficiently, and it's gonna get a lot less lint shoved through the system. About once a month, if you think about it, every couple months, pull out that lint screen and wash it with soap. That's gonna help, again, get any gunk, any buildup off of it, and that's also going to help the air flow through it a lot better. If your dryer has those moisture sensor bars, brush them off and wipe them off monthly. Again, if you get the kit, you can use these to easily just brush them off real quick, and those are gonna be working really, really well. Also, if you use dryer balls, those are gonna help cut down on the lint and the amount of dry time that you need, so use those too. And clean up lint around the dryer. Vacuum it up around the base of the dryer every so often, and just keep that clean. It's gonna help more of that lint not get kind of sucked back into the system. So screen, slot, sensor, drum, now your dryer's all clean and ready to run. If this video helped, click like, subscribe to the channel if you want to learn how to do more stuff for your home yourself. Also, if you want to learn how to clean out that duct and the vent for your dryer to keep the dryer operating more efficiently, you're gonna want to go check out that video right here. I've made that one for you so that you can do that yourself. It's super easy. Don't pay someone a fortune to do it for you. The kit is really cheap and it's only gonna take you a little bit. Thanks for joining me today on Fixter. We'll see you all next time.